And I also don't think I was really the cause of the anger within the man. I just happened to be the closest person to him.
And this was sort of like the defining, okay, we're getting divorced moment for them, was one night my dad came home from work and he didn't like the way the dishes had been, I guess the dishes hadn't been put in the dishwasher, hadn't been unloaded, something about the dishwasher. Took out the bottom rack of the dishwasher, or first yelled up the stairs, why are these done this way, or why aren't these done somehow, I don't know. Pulled out the bottom rack, my mom's screaming back, playing with the kids right now, blah, blah, blah. Pulled out the bottom rack of the dishwasher, walked it up the stairs, dropped it in the bedroom where my mom was laying, and we were all in the room playing. Just dropped this thing, and plates broke, and it was like I watched the plate smash. Or I ran in the room when I heard when she first met my dad and his family, everything seemed so perfect. Everything was sort of elegant. And if you met my grandmother, you'd get she travels and all this. Everything seemed really just grand moments. And one of the most traumatic moments for me, just out of everything, was one night I came downstairs, hearing my parents just screaming at each other in the kitchen. And they fought and they fought frequently and didn't keep it a secret from us. So that wasn't that abnormal, but I came downstairs and my dad had, in this plastic cup, had poured himself a glass of water. I'd got it from the refrigerator, and they're screaming at each other, and he tosses it in her face, and it's, she's soaked and it's splashed in her face, and he's screaming, "Melt, you witch, die, you witch," and she's, sobbing and screaming back, "You're a monster, you're a monster." So it was the next night after the whole dishwasher thing. He moved into there's this room, sort of separate from the house, and you walk through the garage, and there's another door by the front door, bedroom, bathroom, and then eating. We all eat together, or sometimes, I don't know, but he lived in that room. So he was literally detached from the rest of us. I went on the computer and I Googled marriage counselor, and the first name that came up, or something like it, some website for that sort of thing, first name that came up had a phone number, and I called it. I said, "Can you please, help my family? Can you?" She said, I told her what happened, and I brought the phone to my dad, and I remember him saying, yeah, he's seen a lot of things that were that he shouldn't have seen. And it was this weird way of saying oh, he's seen a lot of things I shouldn't have seen. That's not on me though. That's just the way it is. I don't know. I don't think my dad's capable of taking the blame for things when it's his fault. I think with all of it, for a long time I was really self-pitying, and I still am sometimes, and really bitter, and I thought, well, how could you put me through all this? You could have just divorced when you first saw this, or you could have just stayed together and stopped doing it. And then I've realized over time that that's not really how that works. They don't just, stop, that's just who they are. And so I'm not bitter. I think I've grown from it. I think that it's defined me as a person in more of a way that I know what I don't want in my life. I know that I know that I don't want that anger and that bitterness.